Founded in 1987, Santa Clarita has been known as a place to call home for all families alike. However, one issue plagues this valley, and that is white privilege. Some younger residents speak out about it.
Valerie Bernstein, and I am 20.
Stephen Barrera, and I'm 20 years old.
Brandon Balayan, Brandon, Balayan. I'm 22 years old.
It's Kisa Cheyenne Mosley, and my age is 16.
My name is Marilena Campopiano. I am 22 years old.
My name is Mallory Palmer, and I'm 23.
When asked if white privilege existed, each of them had a difference of opinion on it.
In this day and age, I do not.
Why?
I just feel like in today's America, to say that anybody has more privilege than somebody else is absurd. I think we all have an equal playing field. If you work for what you want, you can get it. It's obvious. There's millionaires that are Black, white, Hispanic, Asian.
So yeah, definitely white privilege, I think exists, especially in America with our past of like slavery and that kind of thing, where people of color have always been kind of inferior to white people systematically and socially.
I do believe white privilege exists. I believe that white privilege exists due to the fact that when the US started, we kind of, we came into the US, started mostly with white people, and then took away land from indigenous people, stuff like that. So I think right off the bat, there was already a level of higher ranking sort of among white people. So they were kind of like the standard when we first came in. And then slavery as well is like starts kind of an example of that.
Yes, I completely do, because I feel like it's all based off entitlement. And if I work in a grocery store, and especially in Valencia, California, which is predominantly white, and I feel like it exists because white people believe that like just because of their race, they should be treated with respect, no matter how they treat others.
So I definitely do. I mean, I know that I experienced it, because if I like get pulled over by the cops, like I'm not scared, I know like I could probably get let off with a warning if I cried. And it's not that way for most people. So unfortunately, I do know that it definitely exists. I've seen it with my own eyes. I have the privilege myself, so I think so.
Discussing what white privilege looked like to them in Santa Clarita, each person described their experiences in Awesome Town.
I don't know. It's a good question, because it's kind of hard to it's hard to like say what it is in Santa Clarita, but I don't know, dude. I mean, given my experience in high school and stuff, I certainly didn't really experience it. I like constantly felt the feeling of othered and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily have experience of having like full-blown white privilege. Obviously, I'm like fairer skinned than most of my friends. But I think maybe it's like, yeah, dude, I don't know.
What it also looks like is them not understanding, or white people not understanding that who they're talking to, they're also a human being. They're as if like, I'm the one that's right because I'm coming to you with the problem. Here, like, you need to fix this because I say so. And I don't think they entirely understand that that's not how things work anymore, really, nowadays. And I find it very laughable.
Ooh. In Santa Clarita, I've witnessed a lot of people being treated in ways that they definitely shouldn't, and nothing being done about it, because it's just, the environment that we live in. And I hate that. Like, I used to work at this bar. I will not name the bar, but I worked at this bar, and there were quite a few circumstances that happened there that really, I'd say, opened my eyes, because I had a coworker, and he is Black, and somebody came in and some words were definitely said, and I tried to stand up for him, and I told him, like, somebody has to do something about this, but like, absolutely nothing was done. Like nobody cared. Like it was just the craziest thing that I had ever seen. And my coworker was like, he's young. He was like 16.
Harder question to, I guess, answer because I don't really believe in it. But I guess you want to say like white privilege. I guess you could say Valencia, Saugus area, a little bit more white and a little bit more ritzy compared to maybe Canyon Country where it's a little bit more ethnic and not as ritzy. So I guess if you want to go off that.
So what I would say to that is basically you don't live in fear out here. Like, yeah, we're known as like this one of the safest cities in America, but I feel like that's because like if you're white, you know what I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. Like I've been pulled over by a sheriff for going on my phone in my car, but I wasn't really scared for my safety. But if I was a person of color, I definitely think I would be more scared because I've seen the way that these people in power or even just normal citizens kind of treat people of color, whether that would be like following them around in a retail store or just like glaring or staring when you're just like out in public. Like I definitely think there is some kind of microaggressions and like kind of just aggressive behavior in general.
A lot of people in this town specifically, because our police are like well known, a lot of people have family members in the police force and stuff, so you know, like they don't believe that like police brutality and stuff like that is a thing. So I feel like it's kind of just you have to educate yourself and think like outside of the realm of like this Santa Clarita bubble and explore like white privilege in other places because maybe it's not as apparent here, but it's still apparent overall.
Signing off, I'm Cameron Martell.